Hey guys, it's DuconRed1 and welcome to another episode of Seabridge, the long-awaited update. This is actually, we got a lot to show. There is a lot of things that have been added to Seabridge, and I am excited to show them. There's so many people have worked on it, and this is just, it's awesome. I have really been enjoying this process lately. Getting people over here, everyone's been having fun it seems, and there's just been so much progress. And I also want to encourage you guys, come on over to the Raven server and work your way up to Architect. Would love to have more help. We can never have enough help on Seabridge, I don't think. Seabridge is a massive project, and there's so much to do, so many things to build and add in, like details, and we gotta build all kinds of buildings, and it's just crazy. There's so many things, and yeah, so you guys should come over and check it out. If you want to come here, all you gotta do is do /warp Seabridge, or you can just do, for easy sake, SB /warp SB. That'll send you right here on the Raven server, and you can check this build out. But again, there is so many things that have been added. We have a lot more ships and a lot more interesting things, and I even have a special thing for you today. I'm going to be having a time-lapse later in this video of building a bi-ream style vessel. But yeah, so here we have our Fort High Reach. This was built by, the exterior was built by me and several other people, but TS Groot, he made the interior to this thing. Pretty much he's been doing this single-handedly, the details and interior to this. Coolman helped a little bit, or not Coolman, Coco, I forget who else helped, but yeah. TS Groot the Pro, he's been building this really well. He's been doing an awesome job. This fortress has really come together because the interior really sort of brings it all together, shows you what it all is, and it's really, really, really nice. So if you guys want to check out the interior of this, just go ahead and warp here and check it out. Let's go ahead and take a nice little fly around around this thing and see what it looks like. I think it looks pretty good. It's still not finished. Like that tower right there is not finished. There are some things that still need to be worked on and added. There will be docks coming out from here. We've worked on the terrain out here and that kind of stuff. So very, very cool. Now this here is the dry dock. It's a very large dry dock where they're building some kind of large vessel. And we got a place where the workers at the dry dock can sort of sleep, a little like boarding house, I guess. I don't know what that would be called, an apartment building, whatever. This here is the carpenter's workshop. This is where they would make all the wood stuff in order to build this thing. We need to add in a crane. I removed the crane that was here. I'm gonna have to make a special crane for this because dry docks need a nice big crane over it. And then this here is the blacksmith. This is what would make all of the lacings and nails and all the different things in order to make this again the ship that would be built here. And then they got a nice big gate over here in order to build it and stuff. Whoa, some lag there. I guess someone's doing some world edit. But yeah, we're going to keep going this way and see what there is to see. We're going to be going up the road. As you can see, there's been a lot more added. Let's go ahead and take actually a sky view of Seabridge so far. So the slave ship has been more or less completed. As you guys can see there, that was built by Jarwin Gaming. Very nice slave ship. I really like that. The interior still needs a little bit of work, but still it's very nice. Then, of course, from our last video, you guys have already seen this Carrack-styled ship. And some of you have been saying about how these, all the masts and everything would sort of get stuck on the way in. Well, what we have is a rowboat over here. This one was built by Creeper Killman. He's made this in order to, like a bunch of rows, a bunch of people could row this thing out, and they would hook onto the back of a ship and sort of pull it out carefully without getting it all tangled up. And I don't think everything would get tangled up too much. I think it's all actually pretty good because, some of these ships can get in here fairly easy. Then, of course, there's this ship over here. This is a bi-ream style vessel, very oriental kind of looking, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to make it sort of like a mixture of styles, and I really like how it turned out. I'm not happy with the underhull. I'm much happier with my other one over there, but see, this was the first one I made, and so I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do it. But as time went on, I realized that, you know, we kind of still need the little bit of a bowl underneath the ship. So anyway, that I'm not going to change that. It's just going to stay like that. But for my future ones, I'm going to keep that in mind. But yeah, I really like how this bireme turned out. We got the nose here in order to ram into other ships, and we got the eye. On most biremes, it looks like there was an eye on the front. So yeah, and then we have a sort of paddle on the back in order to steer the ship. Instead of having a rudder, it had sort of like a paddle where the people would be up here and they would push this and whatever they would have to do in order to turn the ship and such. And then of course the oriental sails that are not finished yet. I'm looking forward to finish those. Got to add in the rigging and details and such. So this part of the district has been worked on lately, as you can see. There's been a lot of progress. We got a bunch of fishing areas. This here is going to be where a lot of fish are being dried and such. We got a tavern right here. That's what this is. I think it's a tavern. It's a tavern or an inn, I forget. We got several houses over here, and then there is a licensing building over here. So this is sort of like a corporate building, commercial trading licenses and mapping. So this would sort of coordinate the trade efforts of Seabridge. So merchants would come here and say, all right, well, I want to coordinate this kind of supply drop here, and then do this, and tell these people to expect me, or this is where they would take jobs. Captains would come here and say, I'm looking for a job, and then that's what they would do. So or if they need a map, that's where they would go. And then of course here's the Colossus, built by Asmund. Very nice Colossus, I love it a lot. We got a little, looks like a ballista there. Very cool. This here is what we're going to be doing the time-lapse on today, building a bireme style vessel. Of course, this is much more finished, and we got a couple expos up on top. I'm probably going to be doing a tutorial on these little expos. I don't want to show you guys that too much because I want to save that for the video. But yeah, this here is the bireme. I really like it. Again, we got the sort of ramming front, and then we have all of the rowing things on the side. And then the back, and of course we have the paddle here in order to propel it forward. So yeah, pretty cool. Again, we have another dry dock and such like that. We've got a bunch of houses over here. Got a warehouse. This is a warehouse for like food and supplies like that. And then what Tiger Bread specifically asked me to show you guys his brothel really quick. So this is Tiger's brothel. Very, very nice. But you come in here, and this is a very oriental styled interior, which I really like. Really turned out very, 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 very nicely. We got a little kitchen in here. It looks like they're boiling a live duck. That's nice. But yeah, so we're gonna keep going through here. We're not gonna go upstairs or anything, but you guys can fill in the blank there, and you can come check it out for yourself. This is on Seabridge. So yeah, it's a lot more houses. This is another carpenter's house down here. Obviously, since there's a lot of wood in all these houses around Seabridge, there should be a lot of carpenter's places. And I should make like a district like in mid-construction. That would be really cool, wouldn't it? Like not a district, but like maybe like over in this portion. Also, I'm going to be manipulating this terrain. It's going to come out more like this. It's going to be much larger, and there's going to be a lot of docks coming out of it, because the Seabridge Castle is going to be like this along here. And I should show you Seabridge Castle. I'm not sure if I've worked on this since our last video. Probably haven't, but we'll still go look at that and give you guys a little update. Also, so this has expanded out to about here, and Creeper Killerman is working on another cargo vessel. This is a vessel that would carry cargo, so it's a very fat, very bulky ship, slow, but it's made to carry a ton of cargo. And then over here we have a Viking longboat, of which we're going to probably have quite a few more of these different styles and everything. I want like every style of ship in here. Like this is going to be an Asian Oriental styled ship. Not sure what style this is going to be, but it's going to be a patrol boat, like if you guys know what patrol boats are, like they're small vessels that would go around. They have like maybe a bunch of soldiers on them, and they make sure that everything is peaceful around the docks and everything. So yeah, that is that. And then this here is of course the giant warehouse to hold all of the materials needed to build the boat that's being built in the dry dock. This cart's gonna need a redesign. Why would you have a covered wagon for logs? I don't know, but that works. So over here we have the fortress being built, and then this is the giant lighthouse that would be built in order to to signal that people can come into the docks. But yeah, I really like the idea of having a giant lighthouse here, and there will be more monumental structures like this around Seabridge. Like, there's going to be this lighthouse here. Over on the other side, there's going to be a coliseum, maybe another giant lighthouse over here as well. And there might also be like something in this area, like maybe just a bunch of docks, and then maybe some kind of monumental structure somewhere in the middle. I guess that's what the temple is sort of a monumental structure. But yeah, something of that sort I really like the idea of. And so yeah, the docks sort of come out here, and again, we've really worked on this terrain. There still needs to be a lot more done. So yes, I do need terraformers as well. If you guys are good at terraforming and making some awesome terrain, I can give you sort of a idea of what I'm looking for, and then you guys could come in and help me build that. We just gotta pull this water back and add it in and such. But yeah, really cool. Really enjoying this build. There should be indication of areas being built and such like that. But yeah, there has been a lot done on Seabridge. Let's just do a walk through a little bit of the docks and the streets and such, just to see what there is. As you can see, we're walking through here. It's very atmospheric, it seems. We're walking past the carpenter's house right now. We come up to the Tigress brothel, and we walk down the sort of like main street that heads back to the main road. And again, this is the warehouse in here. There's no light in there. I should add some light in there, shouldn't I? But yeah, that's the the main big food warehouse and such. Warehouses are usually pretty big structures because obviously they need to store a lot of stuff. And I love this one over here. Like this facade right there, I just love that. That just really works. I took inspiration for this from Novigrad, The Witcher. Having those little like feet with those little roof bits coming up like that, and then like the big windows at the top, and then the big opening at the bottom. And then another thing I really like about this structure is the rafters. I really like how these rafters turned out. I used just birch wood, as you can see, and it looks nice. It really looks nice. I'm really happy with it. But yeah, this is where they would make all the wood stuff, and they have another loading thing out here to let stuff in so that they can build their boats. And then I should have like maybe like a steps coming down here into the water, because the water level would be about here, I think. And then we're thinking about putting like a little like platform back here, wooden platform, where people can come back and do stuff. Not quite sure what people could do back here. So if you could have a suggestion, remember this is sort of near the dry dock area, and this is where a bunch of people would live. That like the workers for the dry dock would live here. So if you guys have any suggestions what to put back in this section, that would be cool if you would be willing to do that. Maybe just a porch coming out here. Like maybe there's just a little porch coming out here. That could work too. And then maybe a place to dry some clothes and something like that. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm trying to show you guys everything so that you guys can see. So this is going to be another warehouse. We got a bunch of, like, all that red is houses. This is going to be a tavern right here for these dry dock workers to go to. And then looks like this, what is this going to be? Chapel to Bentis, god of trade and wealth. Whoops. So yeah, Bentis is the god of trade and wealth, and it makes sense that there is a little market area out here so that they can spread the blessings of Bentis. And then there's a major fish market. This right here is going to be a large fish market. And so there's going to be a lot of fish out here, maybe a bunch of drying fish out here on the dock. So this is going to be lots of fish. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of fishing boats. Well, there's 5 fishing boats here. And there'll probably be more elsewhere around. This is going to be more warehouses around this area, some houses, and then in here. And then what kind of ship is this going to be? Probably just a cargo ship. Yeah, just a cargo ship, whatever style people want to use. But yeah, there's lots and lots of big boats around this build. And I really like that. I love big boats. That's what really makes Seabridge awesome. So, but yeah, pretty. So, other than that, I'm not sure what else we can show you guys. I mean, there's a lot of interiors that still need to be finished. And again, if you guys want to come over and help, the only way this is going to get done, like, I encourage you guys, if you were on Ravend, I encourage you to come build with me while I'm streaming, because I don't stream all that much, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and only for maybe 4 hours each. And I encourage you guys to come help me, because it's just what, 4 hours each stream, maybe just a little bit of that 4 hours. There are some people that work on their own projects and such, and I understand that and all, but it would be great to get this project worked on and done. That would be awesome. And just imagine, just the progress. This has only been 3 weeks of work, or 2.5 weeks of work. All that you see here, 2.5 weeks of work. All of this dock district. Everyone has been really putting in a lot of effort to get this done. Oh, look, the lighthouse is coming together. Franz is building the lighthouse. He's doing an exceptional job, and I really like how that's turning out. And then, so I think that is about all for today, and you guys can go ahead and watch that time-lapse now, and I will see you guys soon. Hey guys, so this here is the bi-room that we're going to be building today. Now obviously it's not accurate. It's not like an accurate model of a bi-room. I wanted to add in that sort of fantasy kind of look to it, and I think I accomplished that. As you can see, just by the shape, the little exaggerated tips and everything, I really thought that was a good idea. And there's some things on there that are just pretty interesting. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started on this. So here we are, and we're starting. What I start with is that the sort of skeleton. As you can see, I start with the horizontal model, kind of the lengthwise, and then I start with what I call these little the skeleton. All the different ribs, in order to sort of sketch out the look of what we're going to do. And now I'm filling it in just like this. As I'm filling it in, I'm sort of getting that sort of that slope shape, and I'm only using blocks. There's really no method to it. Now that's the water line, and now I'm starting to color it in a little bit, getting that blue. And I could not, really set on a style. Like, I didn't like the white. You'll see throughout the video that I keep sort of changing it. And then I change that too. I keep changing the colors because I need the colors to sort of match and work together. So, as you're building your boat, you keep just changing things until you like it at the end. Like, you don't have to set with whatever you start with. So, you just come up with some cool stuff. So now I'm working on the little bowsprit, and then I'm working on the little tail. Liked that a lot. And so we get this basic design. We get this side sort of done, the design of this side done, so that I know what I'm working with. And so there we go. And then on the underhull, you can see I use half slabs and stairs in order to get that sort of like that bowl shape. That's what we need for ships, is that sort of bowl shape, to make it so that it would flow through the water pretty easily. So now we're going on to the next part, which is this. And so now what I'm going to do is copy it to the other side. And so I'm going to show you what I do. First, I go ahead and grab one side, represented by that red block, and then I go down to the other side down here, and then I'm going to go ahead and copy this. I just want to grab everything that's within there. So let's go down here and take that. But as you can see, the ship is really starting to come together. I got a nice shape going. The bow, or the bowl of the ship, is really working out. So now what I'm going to do, make sure that you have, just the part that needs to be copied over. You don't need to copy the front and everything. So, but yeah, I really like the style of the ship. It really turned out quite nicely. So now we're going to go ahead and look straight ahead. Like, don't look down or anything. We're going to do / copy. We're going to do / flip. And then we're going to do / rotate 180. Just like that. And then we're going to do / paste. -A. That means minus air. And as you can see, it'll copy right in place. And that's perfect. That's exactly what we needed. So a lot of people have been wondering, like how do I copy? Like, how do I flip the sides of a ship? And that right there is how you do it. So if you follow those directions to the letter, maybe there's different ways of doing it, but that's the way I do it, and it works really well. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys, for future reference if you're building a ship. So there we go. Got the shape now. And now we're going to be working on the detailing and then the top deck. So I'm working on adding in that sort of carved blocks, and now I'm adding in that sort of paddle in order to steer the ship around. And there we go. And then there we go, I put the deck in. And now I'm working on that sort of back portion. I'm still not happy with it. I still work on it a lot and I manipulate it a lot, and then I'm working on the sails there. You put those sails all the way down into the bottom of the ship. Like, you don't start them on the deck, they go all the way down. And then that's that. So I put them into the darker color, and then I eventually changed that sort of tint thing into black and white. So that right there that I just built in the middle of the deck, that's the cargo hold. So now we're working on the sails, getting those all and the rigging together. And so I have, those large riggings for each side of those main masts. And then I connect the top of all the masts from the front to the back. And then I connect the ends of each of the masts down to the ship. So that's what the sails would follow. And I put a flag, such like that. And a couple expos, because this is a warship. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned something, hopefully. There's a lot to learn when you're building a ship. There's all kinds of things to keep in mind. But anyways, I hope it was helpful. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Okay guys, so that is that. We went ahead and finished the ship up, and as you can see, I've added in some things. I've changed up some of the colors, the birch wood down on the underhull. I changed that. I also put the eye in, and I made this white part stuttered with the blue, and I think that really turned out well. Really liked how that the look is. And then the front sort of looks like a fish. So that's pretty neat. So what I'm going to show you now is on the top deck. We got a couple X-bows going along. Here is the cargo hold, and then I added in these ropes here. I don't know if this is a system or anything, but I just liked it because like maybe they can pull this rope to pull the mast down, and then pull this rope in order to pull the mast back up. Something like that. I don't know. Just thought that was a pretty interesting idea. So this here is the captain's chair. In this lore, they have sort of like a royalty structure, and so the captain would be sort of royal, and he would sit here and say, "Onwards," and they would go onwards. And so this here is the flag pole, and here is the rudder in order to steer the ship around. So now I'm going to show you what I've done on the underdecks. So let's go ahead and turn on some Jamsy Edit shaders. Jamsy Edit. And we're going to go down into the hold. So I have 2 stairs in order to get down on either side of the main stair, as you can see, just like that. So we'll head down here, and we have 2 places where they can row. So I guess these would be the guards to the captain. For some reason, maybe the guards would be here, and maybe the captain can be in here in his room, because this here is the captain's bedroom, or the captain's cabin, something like that. And lots of carved wood to make it sort of ornate and look nice in here. And so this here is the middle deck. This is where all of the people would mainly row. I have not detailed this, but it's just sort of the basic idea of what it would look like. And I really liked how it turns out. And so their oars would go through these holes. And so these seats are bigger because the oars would be longer. So that's why. And then again, the cargo hold goes all the way down. So now we're going to head down to the next level down here. Got some more cargo space back here, and here's some more space for where soldiers can be and row and all that good stuff. And then here is where the ram sort of comes into here, and it stations at the base of the bow mast like that. I think it's called the jib. No, this isn't called the jib. The jib is something different. It's like something that goes over the jib, over the bow. But I really liked how this turned out. There's lots of space in here for cargo and different things like that. So I definitely wanted to add in lots of cargo space. We added in sort of the ribs, and then the ribs would go underneath the this cobble. So I haven't detailed this, but this would be a mixture of stones and gravel and such in here. This would make it so that the ship wouldn't tilt over. Technically this shouldn't be so far, like it should only be a small little bit here in the middle, but yeah, this would make it so that the ship wouldn't like tilt over. This would be the counterweight to keep it sort of in the middle. So now we're gonna head back up and see the rest of the ship, and yeah, that is that. I really enjoyed building this boat, and hopefully for the next video we'll be able to build something similar, something that's awesome, and really looking forward to more progress on Seabridge. And I would like you, them referring to that, or we need you, that American poster of Abraham Lincoln with a white beard and a big top hat and all dressed up in red, white, and blue and everything. Just imagine that picture. We need you to come over here and help build Seabridge and produce this into the build that I am hoping it to be. It's going to take a long time to do, even with everyone working on it, but it will turn into a spectacular place of, inspiration, reference, and all kinds of things like that. So yeah, if you guys want to come check it out for yourself, do /warp-SB, and that'll send you right over here. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. There was so much to see today, and I hope you guys learned something through a little bit of that ship tutorial. It was a kind of shabby, kind of time-lapse tutorial thing, but hey, hopefully it helped somebody out there. I just kind of threw that together and hope that it worked out. So there's been a little bit of progress underground of the main city of Seabridge, but not too much. But yeah, that is that. So very cool. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit that like button down below, and please don't forget to comment and subscribe. Subscribe is very important because that makes it so that you can come back and watch more of my videos, and it shows your support, because I really enjoy this and I hope you guys do as well. So what else was I going to say? I have a Facebook and a Twitter. Yes, and stay connected with me over there, guys, because I try to keep you updated and keep things relatively relatively up to date over there, so you guys can feel part or in the loop of what the goings on of my goings on are. Okay, I think I'm losing my ability to speak correctly, but anyways, thank you for watching, guys. See you on the next one. Bye bye.